My name is Zach Wormhoudt. I live here in Santa Cruz, California, and I've been surfing my whole life, and I like surfing up north at Mavericks. I first started surfing Mavericks probably in my head before I really ever went out there. 1990, I heard about a person around my age who was surfing it, a guy Ion Banner, and a couple people from Santa Cruz had already been going up there. Dave Schmidt, Richard Schmidt, Vince Collier, Bud Miller, Tom Powers, and so I got inspired, and a couple of my friends took me up there who had already gone. That was in 93, 94, and thought maybe I'd just go out there and check it out from the shoulder. That's all I really wanted to do, is just take a look at it up front and see it instead of just a picture or a movie. And ended up getting a couple waves the first day, so I was stoked and hooked, and that was that. My first reaction to seeing Mavericks was, I think maybe not unlike a lot of people, it takes your breath away when you see it, and the real scale of it, because no matter what, if you see it in a movie or in a picture, it's two-dimensional, and it's at most as big as the screen or the print. But when you see it in real life and you feel the energy, the sound of the wave breaking, the air moving, and just see how big it is, it kind of changes you from that point on. You've seen it, and for some people they're inspired, for other people they're scared. Mavericks is the type of spot that if you like surfing it keeps you coming back. One of the best things about surfing big waves to me is that it can't be quantified as much as people want to predict it. It can't be predicted even the night before, when everybody has all the technology in the world. You still can't tell what's going to happen the next day, and the good days are few and far between. So it's kind of like this allure to something that's almost unattainable, and then when you finally get the day, it's just so exciting to be there and to watch people get waves, and to get waves that, in the off season where there's not a chance of it breaking, it's still in the back of your mind about something that could be and will be the next season. And so there's always sort of the anticipation of the next big swell, whether it's 6 months away or the next day. I've been riding stretch surfboards at Mavericks, mainly tri-fins myself. A lot of people have been riding 4-fins. I've ridden a few of those with good results. I like them a lot, but I've always liked the tri-fin setup. I ride a 9/8, and it's an epoxy board. If there's no surf, it's funny because the ocean's still a place that's for me where I want to spend as much time as I can. That's not with my family, and so I could be fishing, I could be paddling. I like to paddle, unlimited paddle boards or stand-up paddle boards. Even swimming is like, I can find challenges just swimming in the ocean that keep it fun, and it's always a place to go to find some relief from just the day-to-day life stress, and seems to be a good common denominator for spending time off land. This season, 2009, 2010, we've been pretty fortunate. There have been a lot of days at Mavericks. We'll go some seasons where literally you're lucky to get a day or two, and this year there's been more days than people could really even surf it. I mean, not everyone has been able to surf every day that it's broke, because there's probably been a good 15 or 20 days maybe that there's been waves out there. Everybody asks, if there have been so many good days this season, how come there hasn't been a contest? And the thing that's kind of confusing for people who don't necessarily know all the details about the contest is the contest takes I think at least 8 hours to run. So you need a good day that's going to provide 8 hours of quality, good, big surf, 20 foot or bigger. And so this season there's been a lot of days that have been great days that will go down in history, but they may have only lasted for half the day, the morning or the afternoon. Maybe the tides were too high, or the swell just tapered off, or it didn't show up till late in the day. So there have been a lot of exceptional days this year, but there hasn't really been a day yet that's broken for the whole day that would have been good for the contest. you're always scared surfing Mavericks. You have to be. If you're not, you're probably going at it wrong, because you need to be in check the whole time while you're out there, having respect constantly for what's going on, other people, and mainly the wave. But so there's sort of a fear factor that's part of just surfing Mavericks in general, and then there's the situations that go wrong where you end up really scared. You get stuck underwater and you're just trying to come up, and that can be scary. You always try to remain calm, and you're trying to fight off panic, and when you kind of lose that battle and panic takes over, that's usually where fear is the highest. And fortunately, I always have made it back. But there's that feeling, in trying to overcome that feeling is really, that's part of surfing Mavericks too. Participating in the event, I can't deny that I think about winning it and focus on that and want that. I'm happy just to surf out there in general. It's an honor to be in the contest, and I try to do my best. I go into the contest just trying to have fun, and I think if you go in trying to have fun, you actually end up doing better than if you go in trying to compete for first. So I go in trying to have fun. If I ever won the event, it would be a pretty amazing thing, but it's such a difficult thing to do that I don't let that be my only goal. My goal is to basically surf as best I can and be stoked to be in the water with all my friends on a big day with only a few guys out, and then everything that happens after that is just what happens.